Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is our afternoon Starforged Q&A session with me, Nate, and you, Chris. That's my preamble.
Something like that.
How long is this? What do we do? What are we doing today? What's going on? Why are we here?
Demoing pieces, answering questions. Just generally, we do this one earlier so that there's at least one EU-friendly Q&A session because on the anvil can be rough for people overseas.
We're gonna go for 2 hours. Is that our plan?
Hour
and a half.
2 hours.
If they start a hype train at like 90 minutes, I guess we have to go long.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're mostly here to answer your Starforged questions and then build when there's nothing else to. I got an idea for something I want to try on the building table here, so we'll start pushing at that too. Are we gonna do a giveaway too?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, we are.
Friendly giveaway.
Yes.
What are we giving away?
$50 pledge manager credit for Starforged. That's what it is.
All right.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, so let's queue up some questions. Does anybody have any questions? And I have something to show before we get to questions.
Yes.
If I can figure out.
Oh, is it over here? No.
Yeah.
Is it over here? Okay.
Yeah. All right, so this is. Because you guys talked about the LED wall rechargeable battery on the other stream on Friday, right? I think.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
so
we talked about it.
This is I don't think we showed or have talked about yet. This is the trapdoor floor, right? So it takes takes all of the door inserts. Anybody want to guess what we're going to show about this trapdoor floor? Any guesses? Any guesses up there?
I got some guesses based on what you just grabbed.
Yeah. Well, you're not eligible to people in the room.
That's fair.
Listen while we see how long I can. Is the ladder? Yeah. Finley. It's like he had inside info. So
they've seen us teasing it.
Yeah, we talked about it. We now actually have one where it works. Okay, so this back side of the floor here, we have the biscuit slot is going all the way through, so that at long last we can do this. You can have the ladder biscuited on the inside going down. Of course, you can't really close the trapdoor when there's a ladder there, but maybe that makes it even more enticing. Just a little. Yeah. But you can also, what else would you biscuit in there? You can put the corbel in there to have like a rope or something, or cable going down into the depths.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we don't have a lot of biscuit accessories, so that's maybe the extent of it.
But you can put some of the fantasy accessories in there potentially that might fit.
Oh, you know what you could also do? Yeah, right. Any the little wood. Put the little wood corbel, the little gargoyle guy. You could put this step. I don't know what this is going to look like. And I don't know why you couldn't just put it in there without the biscuit, but let's try it. You could biscuit a step in there to represent steps going down.
Oh, yeah.
You could also just physically put it there if it's on the ground level. You don't need the biscuit, but you could if it, or it could just be suspended over a thing. You put the little corbel in here to hold something if you wanted to put something down in over it. I don't know. You guys will find some other fun uses for it, but there's a biscuit slot on the inside, so you can biscuit things in there. Yeah, this looks neat, right? This could totally be in like an industrial, right? In the factory floor, there could be something here.
Might put 2 floors together, ladder under the steps or across. Ladder
floors.
under the steps or across.
Ladder across.
I don't understand.
I don't know what.
2 floors together. Oh, 2 trapdoor floors stacked on top of each other. Put the ladder on the bottom floor, and then the top floor has the door in it. Right.
Oh, yeah. If you wanted the trapdoor, yes.
So you have the steps lead to the ladder.
You have that on the thing, and then, have it under. And we only have one with the slots, so we can't really fully. Yeah, but you could have it, double thick floor. Stack it. Oh, yeah. Is it Finley saying when you use it vertically, this will also give you options to, right? You could put the corbel on there and make a thing. You could, oh, get it. You have other options. You also, you could do some pipeline shenanigans, I think, or something. If you've got like, I don't know, you're gonna find lots of fun ways to use this thing. So
Yeah, you'll be able to biscuit the terminus into that or something potentially.
yeah, and then have it hang down. Yeah. Well, if I had one, I would show. Oh, yeah. Could do that sort of a situation, or use it to hold up. Right, you could go the other way. Use it as a way to make it like a. It's like a little stilt or something. You could build a couple buildings around this, right? If you had a couple of trapdoor floors with terminus or a pylon holding them up, it's a way to get it on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Do that thing that you were doing with the accessory walls on the outside. Do it on the inside.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but yes.
You put like legs on a little building.
Oh yeah.
You had an inverted building with the accessory wall. It was neat. Oh.
We did a lot of like, how do we make like robots out of this?
Yeah. I mean, isn't that the first thing when you get a bunch of sci-fi nonsense? Yeah, how do I make a robot? How do I make a war machine?
Yeah, you can literally just make the pylon's legs using the trapdoors actually now.
Yeah.
Huh.
Build anything. Oh. Yeah.
When you're doing mixed build, people surviving a crash, you can use the cult scaffolding ladders in there too.
Yes.
Mm.
Or the little stairs, the wooden stairs. I may never be able to get this piece out now that I put it in here, but
Oh no.
it's a good thing it's in our one and only
Do you need a
prototype of
screwdriver?
this. I need
We have a little flathead.
yeah, like, do a little surgery.
We just break the prototype
Yeah,
immediately.
on air. It would not be the first time, would it? Also, probably not the last time. How did I even get that? Oh, there you go.
All right,
Man.
that's good.
All right, we're just gonna not put anything else in there, maybe. And
Yeah, I think it's the main thing. We've shown what we need to show.
I've done enough damage here. What do we have any questions for you fine folks out there?
How do you feel about the campaign so far? Any surprises so far?
I am surprised that more people didn't pledge. I thought we'd get more people showing up and be excited about it. I'm really excited with what we have. I think we have an awesome system. I think the folks that are here have been giving us lots of great ideas, great suggestions, great questions. I love that. I mean, I guess that's what frustrates me is I wish more people in the world knew about how fun these pieces are so damn fun to play with. Like, I just want everybody to know about it and get some and play with them because they're really, they're very satisfying.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff regarding that. Like, some people may just still be figuring out what the pledge is.
Yeah. They may not know what Game Found is, and they may not know what sci-fi is.
Pledge late just yesterday, so people are taking a little more time.
Yeah.
Just in general, Game Found, they're asking you to kind of think about your pledge before you actually put it in, compared to Kickstarter. So, I think just that slows things down a little bit.
Any surprises for you? Any
The average pledge is a lot higher than I expected.
like double what I
Yeah,
yeah.
The average pledge is like twice as much as we thought it would be.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
I thought we'd have twice as many people at half as much pledged. We had the opposite.
Can build floors right up to the sci-fi floor edge. A few banks done. Email blast to Wildlands Kickstarter backer since it was a part of the 4 million promise. A terrible idea. Well, we're gonna put out a Wildlands Reforged update soon because I think today is probably where we're gonna hit 100% like shipping.
How wild is that? Like, we're down to like a handful of packages that haven't gone out.
Yeah.
And we're early.
So people who love it really love it. I think it's a thing. We have less pieces than usual, but I think what that's doing is it's letting people just get a lot of those pieces and actually just get enough to do a lot. Almost every piece we made is like very good in high multiples.
Well, and that's the dream, is that people can get in, get a bunch of pieces they want to build the things they want, and get out, go home, call it a day.
Is it possible to use alpha corner as a pillar? I'd like to try to build spiral stair around corner pillar.
The corner, the inside corner, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it makes a really nifty pillar. I got them all.
Yeah, so is it basically an inch wide when it's a full pillar?
No, it's a little. It's slightly more. We can measure it for you. It's like 1.25 inches or something. It also looks even neater upside down. This is like, look at that. That's the very Star Warsy side. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's cool.
2 different profiles based on which way you put it up.
Yeah, it's like an 1 inch and 5/8 or something. I don't know. Gotta find it. It's based on the hull curve profile, which is whatever. The wall is 1/2 inch. It's slightly more than that. So I don't know what the. Gotta get a measuring tape. It's part of why we have more playable space inside these, because the right, this 1 inch square ends, then we have all this still flat, another whatever 1/4 inch of flat space there before the slope starts. And to accommodate modern miniatures.
Will this time, but plan to get a core to paint myself. Like the number of pieces for sci-fi, and I think this may be the best or easiest stuff to paint yet. It's a very Hamster tried really hard to keep the painting simple but effective.
Watch the video. It's like 2 steps and then pick out some details. And obviously you can go in and do weathering and other, you can get as bonkers as you want. Now he really like nailed a sort of a magical mix of easy to accomplish but looks good. Speaking of which, we are this weekend's update on Saturday. We had the first of the Creating Starforged little dev stories. The next one goes out tomorrow, and it's Hamster talking about the paint scheme, the journey, the paint scheme. And spoiler alert: Chris had a hand in it by buying more toys.
Oh, right, that.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I was like, I
didn't
didn't
talk about it in the story. Like, this was sort of the turning point. Was you have to read about it tomorrow.
Yeah, the turning point was yeah. I think he's talked about it a couple times.
Yeah, I'm sure he's talked about it on air, I think.
But yeah, it'll be fun to go through the whole thing. Let's see. Campaigns are getting smoother each time. This one's been great pledge-wise. It feels like we are getting better at just kind of streamlining the process.
Which then makes it easier to explain, which makes it easier for people to get in. That's
the hope. I mean, the main thing is we want to make the coolest stuff imaginable while still keeping it as accessible as we can. And there's going to be some stuff that we just can't do much about, just what the cost of production and painting is like at a base level, but we can try to minimize it, right? Like keeping the paint scheme simple was huge. This stuff could have been extremely expensive if Hamster didn't get the paint scheme as simple as it is.
Well, and we can make packs that, like, instead of making an 8-pack of a thing, you make a 4-pack of a thing, and then it's more accessible to more people. I'm really excited. I think that the sets that we put together make a lot of sense. I think it's going to let people get the pieces that they want to get. Like, has anybody been finding a challenge to get the pieces they want to get? Yeah, maybe you can't get those 8 individual tri-barrel plasma turrets, but in general, are you able to get the things that you're trying to get?
Haven't seen any use of Haven't seen any use of the texture patches yet. How are they used? They're used under trapdoor floors, which I think Nate's going to grab some texture patches now. Basically, they let you do something with the empty space underneath, like a trapdoor floor, or when you've got like a whole floor in various biomes. But for Starforged specifically, it's for that trapdoor floor. I'm gonna grab some texture patches. I don't know if we have physical samples of the ones we're making for Starforged yet, but he can grab some of the texture patches we've made in the past to demonstrate. Just the tri-barrels. Oh, more of those. We've seen a couple requests. You can do a white Tantive 5 scheme for a hallway or 2. Hamster had a white
Christmas?
test paint scheme early
Yeah.
in the process that did just like look very Star Destroyer.
So the good question about the texture patches, they we kind of changed what the designs were going to be pretty close to launch, so we don't actually have ones to show, which is why we haven't actually shown them. But they are they're a little cloth graphic printed on cloth, like our terrain trays. In the back is cardboard, so they have a little rigidity to them. And then you can pop them in any negative space areas, such as like in a trapdoor to make like this is one from our existing Fantasyland, so you could have like a little acid pool in there, or take a bottomless pit and put it in there, and now you're dropping someone out into the depths of space or down to the dungeon level or whatever, or lava or whatnot. So we'll probably demo those in the Pledge Manager.
Hoping for more accessible beds, but it sounds like that desire will be met. Is that today? Is that today?
What? Today or tomorrow.
Today or
New
tomorrow?
pack.
Okay. Okay.
Working on it. So wait, what was the question? Was based, or the answer was?
Yeah, they go under trapdoors basically.
But they're sort of people were saying the things they were generally able to get what they want, with the exception of more big guns or corbels.
Corbel, big guns. You can make a storage box out of the pieces in an Alpha Core Mega Set with the top and bottom, and show how pieces might fit inside for storage.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
Let me count up. We have six corners and
biscuit together everything to hold all your loose stuff.
We have 6 corners and 2 diagonals. So that means you can make a top and bottom that are closed. You'd want to put the diagonals on the same side.
Matching, yeah.
Yeah. And we've got. Let's do that thing.
You know, going to the earlier question of like, or is everybody able to make the pledge they're looking for? The fact that it's like, here are 2 specific pieces that are hard to get is the only plan is a pretty good is a good sign. There's the corbel might be popping up somewhere. The tri-barrels are going to be hard to get in high multiples, I think, if you just wanted guns, but they're in any sizable pledge, you're going to end up with a bunch of guns. How many guns does one need?
I think you wouldn't get. You'd have. It wouldn't be a very large box.
By the time you make it, it would be like a.
Looking at the looking at the
It would be like a
walls.
6x6 or something. It's like not a very.
Yeah, just looking at like the
Maybe
amount
an
of
8 by
walls
8.
that are in there. If you're flipping it over into 2, breaking it down into 2 parts, it's not going to be a very big box. But yeah, you can do it. It's not going to be a ton of storage.
But you can do it.
You haven't figured out what the Barrier Peaks pledge is yet?
Huh.
I guess
That's a good
we
question.
haven't built out like the entire map.
I mean, it's a multi-level circular bunch of nonsense.
Yeah. I think it's the issue with a lot of drawn maps is they will draw them ridiculously large because they're not actually being restricted by
You don't have to
materials at
actually
all.
build it on a table.
Yeah. Let's see. Can you show an irregular transition from wildlands floors to sci-fi floors? Any method, if you want to. I think that biome combo is my favorite. Wildlands and sci-fi. They go together really well. They're on the same scale. And it feels very natural. Like other planets will have wilderness. So Wildlands probably has the most cross compatibility just because of that. It's pretty huge. I don't think building the whole thing is really doable. I mean, anything's doable.
No, it's
You would need a ton of stuff to do like the whole Barrier Peaks map. You can definitely do the effect of putting these in a cavern or in a mountainside. Hey, TTRPG Gifts, how you doing? Do a Battlestar Galactica style with one corner cut off. You could. The Fey plants are going to look pretty good against this stuff too. Yeah. That's another nice thing. The stuff we did in Wildlands, a lot of the plants that were meant for the Feywild or the Shadowfell also just kind of read as alien plants, you know? And that's, I think, very helpful. I think especially for like if you're doing Starfinder in particular, because Starfinder is like sci-fi fantasy, like those heavy fantasy elements from Wildlands like still read really well there.
You can also put some your fantasy dungeony stuff in Starfinder too.
Uh-huh.
Like there's magic fully in that world. Like it's not nuts. So the question was irregular. Do a transition irregular. What is an irregular transition? Like not just a straight line? Is that what that means? Irregular transition to Wildlands.
Mm-hmm.
Like this sort of a thing, where we have like a floor jutting out, and then we come.
What ultimately led you guys to the rough, more weathered aesthetic for the pieces over clean, crisp Destiny-style sci-fi? Was such a style ever discussed?
Yeah.
A couple things. One, it felt like it would fit into more of the games that are out there. We wanted to make something that is system agnostic and can be used across a lot of different, can be used like a lot of different across a lot of different universes and a lot of different games. And the kind of weathered aesthetic seems like it showed up in more of those. And then also, we did a survey before we started like really developing sci-fi. We did a survey asking people what kind of aesthetics they liked, what kind of games they wanted to play, and all that. And going for the kind of original Star Wars, Firefly, weathered stuff was the was like the most popular option. So it was a mixture of we think this will make it the most flexible for different games and just what people are asking for.
And what are we excited to make?
Yeah.
The other, like, what style is going to be fun to sculpt and work with. And all right, so this is
an alpha mega set, a door set, and a floor set will build all the rooms one at a time for the first level of barrier peaks.
wow. Figured that out. That's awesome.
Yeah, as long as you're down with doing that. Like, but man, if you're trying to put the whole thing on the table, though, that's I don't think it's feasible to. It's like when people say like, I want to build out Castle Ravenloft, and it's like all at once, or
you're not
like
actually
bit by
gonna
bit.
get through that in one session.
Yeah. When we use alpha corner as an exterior, is it stable enough to pile up 2 or 3? I'm wondering if it's needed to use the inside corner multi-module or not.
What was the question?
When we use alpha corner as an exterior, is it stable enough to pile up 2 or 3? Wondering if it's needed to use the inside corner multi-module or not.
If you did 3 and they were just like alone, like you're saying, like make a tower of. Want to do this? I can't see. Maybe you would. Maybe you'd put an inside corner of the base or something, but
if it's all connected across with biscuits and everything and secured on both sides, you should be fine. Like it's definitely not going to collapse in on itself.
Yeah.
Maybe if you leave it for a very long time.
The hull curve helps it helps. This like extends out enough that the center of gravity is kind of like straight over a bunch of these, so it's pretty stable. I mean, if you put big metal miniatures on the very end, it starts. Actually, it's not even that bad. Yeah. What are they doing upstairs?
I don't know. They're constantly doing construction in here these days.
They're doing just. They're just trying to keep us on our toes. Here's like a like this sort of a. Do it. Does that count as an irregular transition where I have like one floor coming out? Or you could even do, maybe do this.
Looks cool already. The contrast is just so nice. Yeah, they're very different. Very different color values, which is nice.
Those like kind of leading up into your thing, something like that. Or you could turn, this could be, let's see, I'm trying to figure, I don't know if this is translating irregular correctly or not. You could also do some, you could have like an exposed little area outside, like a little patio. And that sort of a thing. have it kind of pushing out. So essentially, the footprint on the 2x2 forest and the 2x2 alpha floor are the same. So you can you could pave this in anywhere that you would normally have forest floors. So we could put those there and put. Do that. It's kind of neat. Oh, you can also like. I'm trying to go other irregular. Was this what he meant? Yeah. Okay. What else? What else do people? What are the questions? What else do they want to see? And biscuit the escarpments. Not yet. Someday.
Pair peg them into each other. Oh no, they don't even have pair pegs.
No.
No, there's a difference in floor widths, but you could dress the edge with some lumpy stones and tiny hummocks to make it look like the nature was growing over the sci-fi outpost.
You could definitely kind of overgrow it a little bit, which would look neat. Although this is like these are just a tiny bit higher if you compare. Right, this is a tiny bit higher, but you could definitely do some nice little hummocks and stuff there to make it feel overgrown. You know, the other thing, I wonder if you went up 2 floor heights and like did forest banks over this, if that would look neat. What else we got? Two barricades.
Two barricades pieces go back to back and show me the piece used as an insert wall like a heavy blast door. Oh.
Yeah, you can do that.
That could be fun too, because you could like literally like they could
That's cool.
Be like
It could be like what?
Could be like, yeah, when it goes on like alert, like that stuff like pops up.
Drop it down. Yeah, that's a neat idea. What else we got? It's like, hey, amazed.
You guys got an iris door planned, not working, just an insert?
We don't have an iris door planned. It would be neat. No. We were trying to keep it pretty simple.
Like to see how you would build the drop tubes. They're 20 by 20. They're open tubes with ladder type things going up and down. In the middle of rooms and have raised floor to ceiling sides. And can you build it on a flat space with no elevation? Or maybe experiment a little with elevations.
What was it?
With all the interest in barrier peaks, how would you build the drop tubes? It's a 20 by 20 open tube with ladders going up and down.
That connected between levels.
I'm assuming we'd have to just do diagonals and
they'd be octagonal.
Make it 20 by 20. That's the closest we could get to round with the setups we have.
You could have octagonal drop shafts.
Yeah, I think octagons are the closest we can get with it. If you use the accessory walls, that'll let you run the ladders up the side easier. If you use accessories for straight walls.
We don't have any.
Use castle small towers with Starforged paint.
Yeah. We don't have any backfill or circle. Yeah, we don't really have anything circular in this small collection of pieces. You know what you could do? You could do You could take 4. You could take 4 of these. It doesn't give you a 20. Like this is a 20 by 20 footprint. You could do this over a hole in the floor, like biscuit those together, and then put them around and
Put the
open
whole texture
spot.
patches.
The hole would only be a 10 by 10 at that point, but the tube would feel like a 20 by 20 with the outer bits. Something like this. Why were the drop tubes 20 feet?
I have no idea. I haven't played the module.
Well, it has a lot of neat handouts where you could try and confuse your players with future technology.
Take some license with the drop tubes. They don't have to be circles, just cool. I think the toughest thing with doing it with...
Could do that sort of thing. Right?
Did I miss the giveaway? No, giveaway has not happened yet. How easy is it to remove trapdoor floors in a build? Can you lift them out easily, or do you need something to pry them open?
That looks pretty cool too. You can usually pop them up. There's a little bit of breathing room. Oh, no. There's a little bit of breathing room, so you can usually get your thumbnail under there and pop them up.
They're not going to be like pressure fitting. Like they're not going to be jammed in there.
Yeah, we're going to give a little breathing room so that you can do that. And there's the little grooves on them. Maybe we actually make the groove on them a little bigger so you can use that as your little purchase point to help pull them up. It's a good question.
Let's see. Go for an unexpected build on the water trays. Submarine, pipes near door at the front could be your torp tubes. You can have a moon pool for a mini sub. Just sticking out the side would work as control surfaces for mini sub. If we have a submarine breaching, we could use the diagonals on their side to make like a sloped surface.
We got a periscope. You put this with a couple of half-inch extensions, like, with
there's no metal in the trapdoors.
No, they're too thin.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to use the magnet puller. Magnet puller? What's it called?
I know what you meant.
The floor removal tool.
It doesn't have a name, so magnet puller is as good as anything. Here's your
you have the Terminator's periscope. Let's see.
You ever build a periscope as a kid? Magic.
No. How would you? I guess they give you a little mirror.
Yeah, I just had some little mirrors. I cut my fingers because it was like, it was just like raw mirrors. I duct tape mirrors in a cardboard tube, and yeah, it wasn't perfect, but it was enough to feel like you were a spy.
Yeah. What are we doing here?
Turns out that 90-degree angle is pretty important, though.
You're making like a...
Oh, yeah, I was going to try to do a Caverns and Starforged compatibility thing with like a water, like the idea was kind of like a, like the secret layer underwater, right? Where there's like a cave with some water, like a water pool, and like a dock thing. It's like the secret base in the underground cave kind of thing. And I was thinking it was going to be sort of, I started with train trays, so I was like, oh, there would be solid train trays here and water here. And then I was like, well, maybe I should just make it all water and we can pave it, because I don't know what the heck it's going to go or look like. But I started thinking of like, oh, you could do neat dock stuff. Like these can make a kind of a cool dock, and then we get into the upper base area up here.
That's kind of where we're at. There's a city like that in Lancer. Actually, that's
nice.
That's very like that's like an underground. It's a city built around an underground lake.
It feels like an archetypal sort of thing that people would use, and I don't know, might get people excited.
Could you build a giant robot out of pipes and catwalks like a transformer? We could.
Yeah.
We've done it. We've had a lot of like little weird guys sitting around the place.
There's got to be something fun we can do with like running platforms to the stone bits. Like I don't know what it is yet, but there's gotta be something there. So let me mess with. What I'm realizing is we probably want to bring the whole back end up. If we want to have an elevated, so here's the so kind of like elevated docks thing is neat, right? Having some different height is neat, which probably means the whole back end does want to go up one level, so that we can have a kind of a spill down. So maybe I will preemptively. Maybe our first instinct was right, because I just want to go vertical, right? I want to go up. I want to go high. All right, let's do this. So we're gonna do it again. Playing with battle boards here. So I'm taking this mountain battle board. We're gonna get
Ramp piece would work because the stone piece. Yeah, the ramps are going to be lifesavers, I think,
yes.
in terms of just smoothing over those differences in
transitions.
elevation heights.
Yep.
A lot of people seem to want high elevation build of interior style builds. Yes, we got that on the list. We're hoping they can get some samples of that. So you think that's going to be not water there?
I think so. We'll find out. Oh yeah, maybe I do. Let's see. I could either do 2 sections of not water or maybe 1. Maybe I'll start here and we can see what happens. But this gives us an area to have like a whole raised kind of base complex thing, and then some. This is a couple of options, a couple of places to have some underwater or some water shenanigans.
A giant robot whose body is a map would be very dope. Yes, I really wanted to do some. Anybody here play Armored Core? Armored Core 6? Very early on, there's a particular mission where I'm like, oh, that'd be a really fun thing to try and build out with the pipes and catwalks. In terms of just being like this massive machine that you have to destroy like bit by bit, and you're boosting along it the whole time, and yeah.
Do you remember that fan build that someone did where they had a life-size plastic
huge skeleton and they had a big sword in it?
The skeleton was lying on the table, and they built a town around the fallen Titan.
Yeah,
whatever.
And there was like there was a sword sticking out of its rib cage.
Yeah,
and the town was
exactly. Yeah, and it was. It seems like that sort of a thing, like right, giant robot being a thing, like having a big body that's the thing you're navigating around.
No, we could do something like Alexander from Final Fantasy. That'd be really fun.
What's
Alexander is this giant. So the interpretations of like every mythical or like iconic like creature like will change from game to game. In Final Fantasy 14, Alexander is generally like a giant holy city, basically, in most interpretations. And so in Final Fantasy 14, you go inside it and it's all like clockwork and everything, and it's a very cool thing. And you're trying to stop it from like waking up. So you're fighting like all this stuff inside.
You're trying to stop the city from waking up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the people there care that you're?
There's not really people in there. Just a lot of kind of living machines. Alexander from 9 is my favorite. 9's got a good Alexander. I honestly like the Alexander in 10-2. 10-2 is a weird game, but there's some good stuff there. Camino build. You can basically do Camino.
Platforms on water.
Is Camino, are the platforms on water, or are they just like in the air? It is on water, isn't it?
I think it's all.
They're like way.
It's like a floating island.
They're like way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you could do a dam with Wildlands Falls and these new pieces?
Definitely.
Make a dam out of it.
Yeah.
Build a cargo base surrounded by 3 deck levels with an imprisoned hostile cargo with science and monitoring stations all around. That sounds like a lot for today.
It's not ambitious. I like it.
It sounds like a lot to pull off right now, but yeah.
Let's try here. See if I can do a. So the one of the reasons I wanted to play with this also was the sort of the challenge of mixing legacy scale with true scale. Right?
Does a whole pipe piece fit through the Cavern's deep fun box elevation block?
Yes, definitely.
What's the fun box elevation?
Party box. It's the I don't even know what the real name is.
Oh, is it the
with
one
the Freaky Party Box and the Party Box Junior? It's the elevation block that has a hole cut through it.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering. It should. Because that thing's like a 2x2 hole, right?
Well, the whole thing is 2x2. So the hole is smaller, but it definitely would fit pipeline.
Yeah, the pipes are basically
I have one
the
in
pipes
one
are
of
1 inch
these
diameter, so it'll definitely
boxes
fit.
somewhere.
Yeah, the pipe will definitely fit through. Look,
So-
Mechanus Planescape Reboot was just released, and I could see many of these pieces being perfect for the included adventure. Yeah, it'd be great for Mechanus. Mechanus has vibes a lot like Alexander in Final Fantasy XIV. That's just kind of a common trope as well, just like the clockwork beings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in fantasy.
There was that old first edition module Earthshaker that's all in. You're in a giant clockwork robot that's gonna like smash the city or whatever. That's a gnomish thing. You could definitely make like a little science labby thing over here. I don't know. I don't know why you have
Dragos.
your subterranean layer, but
It's kind of fun to just have it like, yeah, they just like built this stuff into the stone wall.
computer stuff in the.
What if there's a way to make a Stargate / teleporter as like a wargame objective or something, or just a cool boss fight location in an RPG?
You know, despite the difference in scale, this works really well. Like
You really only notice it over long runs.
yeah, it's not so.
Like-
And the floors are irregular already, right? So like you're getting because they're organic. So like even if we kick this up more, so you kind of mask some of that slight height transition thing, right? We could put this right. If we put this here, it kind of breaks it up, like.
There's no magnetic. Well, I mean, all the pieces have anchor magnets, but there's no magnetic accessories in this pack.
Yeah. They didn't make the.
Didn't make the
Didn't make the
cuts for
final
the
cut.
first go around.
It doesn't mean there'll never be. Just means right now.
Yeah, you know, the goal is this is just the first step into it, you know?
Should we try that same gag we were doing outside? We just put. Let's see what it looks like. I'm gonna put pipes, catwalks there, and see if it looks like a thing. I guess it would need to go somewhere to matter, or is it better to raise it up, or raise this up? Does that feel like it would be? Would it be better to raise this whole platform 1 floor height, or just leave it? What do people want?
Height issue does not really bug me. It seems like the metal
Okay.
floor would be on top of the local terrain.
Yeah, exactly right. You would build it over the. Like if you ever go to a cave tour, they put like some walkways and stuff, but they just put over the existing stone.
Kind of feel like one thing you'd want to do is, well, maybe we'd want to flip it over, and instead of it being catwalk, make it be submerged pipes.
I could put pipes. Ooh, running pipes through the thing would be neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a raised area on the left anyways. Maybe a second level on this section rather than raising the area. That could be fun. So you kind of descend down into it from the raised area. Or it has a second. Make this a 2-story area.
Yeah. Let's see where. I don't know where this is all going because we also need to get some banks. Oh, maybe this will go all the way out to a dock. What if we do this? We can go. Let me see.
Is the rechargeable battery in the LED insert wall something you'll be able to export to future LED pieces? Remaster of existing LED pieces?
Probably not because of the size. Like we'd have to have a big
Yeah.
enough cavity in there. Maybe there's a few pieces that could pull it off, but
Yeah, the crystal
most of
caverns.
them-
The crystal caverns would be kind of rough, mostly because it's the reason we're able to do it with this LED wall is because it's a freestanding wall and it's large enough. We can actually fit, like, the rechargeable battery is just a lot larger.
there's a big cavity in this thing.
Yeah. It's why the reliquaries like were the size they were. It's like the reliquary bases had to be large enough to be able to take that rechargeable battery. So there may be some other pieces we can maybe remaster in the future, but it's definitely not on our minds because it's also like to remake that mold and everything for it. It's I don't know, but it's definitely something we'll think about in the future.
It would be really, really cool. It's probably not feasible with the majority of the existing pieces, but it's something moving forward. The more we can do it, the better, because it's so much better to have rechargeable batteries. It's like, oh. I'm gonna do this. Let's try.
You could have a windowed walkway between the two areas, or a catwalk bridge with pipes on the side as some semblance of safety railing.
Wait, someone wants us to be safe in here?
No.
What? Dang it. You know, I did not grab very many pieces. I was like, I'll just do a quick little, yeah.
What villain do you think takes the best care of his henchmen? Like, make sure everything's up to code, pays them well. Like, they're generally, like, just well treated.
The Kingpin?
Kingpin seems like he treats them fairly well.
I don't know. He's also...
Oh, Gru? Okay, Gru's no fair. Gru's not really a bad guy.
Who's Gru?
Despicable Me.
Oh, yeah. He's technically a villain, I guess, right?
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. It's the whole... I mean, like, somebody who genuinely is, like, the villain of the show or the series or whatever. And it's like, well, no, they're genuinely a terrible person, but they take care of their employees. Yeah, like...
They know one thing. It's keep your henchmen happy.
Yeah.
Who has happy henchmen?
Dexter, from Dexter's Lab.
Wasn't that the serial killer doctor?
I'm assuming it's a serial killer show. I don't know enough about.
I don't know either.
I don't know enough about
it. Did he have henchmen?
I wasn't aware. The Lannisters. Fair. Yeah. Skeletor.
Skeleton. Wait, he was always calling them fools, wasn't he? Like...
That's a pretty tame insult, though. That's pretty tame.
Yeah. That was all he could get away with on that show. Yeah, you're fools. Everybody, the world is surrounded by fools.
The Dreadnoks usually seem to be pretty happy.
Oh, the Zartan's Dreadnoughts? Yeah. Then they get to hang out in like the swamp and be all cool.
Yeah.
That's what I look for in henchmaning. I just want to like hang out in the swamp and look cool.
Brain? Oh, like you think he treats Pinky well?
Pinky in the brain? Yeah. I mean, he's got to. They're roommates. Right?
Oh, he calls them boobs? Wait.
What?
He calls them boobs instead of fools?
Really? That's amazing.
Does he? I haven't watched in an extremely long time.
Not since I was a kid. Boobs. Could you do that?
Yo, boobs. I could see it. I mean, they got away with it in Drake and Josh.
What was Drake and Josh?
It was a mediocre sitcom on Nickelodeon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, check this out.
I wonder if doing a reliquary style piece could be a good thing to include in future projects. Something like 65 painted that can stand on its own as a good entry piece and get a good wow reaction even on its own. Maybe.
We can try. So I've got the Cavern's LED wall.
We're gonna modify it to take a rechargeable battery.
Yeah, right.
Right now.
On camera. Get the tools. Yeah. Now this one is a particularly tricky one. It's got a 3-way switch and outlets on both sides. Can't even get in there. Is this gonna fit? All right. Do we put the screen on there?
Ooh! I think it's the first time they'd see this in action.
The klaxon on there.
That's my first time seeing it in action.
Yeah.
It works.
Now we can put it in the. They got like they can pipe in their TV in the lab here.
Nice. Look at that.
Where's it gonna go? Do we make a... Here's a funny thing. Do we try... Is it too weird to go... Do that? Like they built it... It's kind of neat. They built it into the stone or something, like the...
It's pretty sick looking.
Yeah.
And it's fun to get that compatibility of like, here's the sci-fi LED piece.
On a
non-city piece. Yeah. Or on a city? Wow.
I was with you spiritually.
Yeah.
We are on a journey, Chris.
Can't help but think pipes play great with swamps, just spitting out muck. Yeah, we got that. We did kind of a. I think one of the first builds we ever did. Casey put together like a Dagobah build, basically. I think we have a shot from it in the on the GameFound page. Just a little bunker with
The little Yoda
swamp
hut.
stuff growing over it. Yeah, the little Yoda hut, and it's got pipes all over.
Some sort of thing here. I don't know exactly where it's all going to go yet. So how do we get this here? The question is, how are we going to connect? This thing has got to connect to the upper thing somehow. I still got to do like a dock thing out here.
You know what you could do?
Tell me.
Those pipes that you have going out could then lead up into the elevated walkways. Like
they want to connect. Yeah, they want to connect out to the receiving area, right? This is where you get your evil supplies, or whatever, as a villain. Your nefarious goods. Let's see. What do I have?
So these are old fantasy sets. Oh no, everything we're using right here is the Dwarvenite stuff that we have in stock. Actually, these Caverns pieces are some of our best stocked ones.
Yeah.
The Caverns core sets will get you most of the stuff, and then the stone banks are what he's using to go down into the water there. If you look at the Cavern collection, pretty much everything he's using here. I think we just got the trifecta back in too.
Nice.
So I think you can actually get these walls that he's putting out in the water as well. I think. I'm pretty sure we restocked those recently.
It rings a bell.
It sounds right.
It feels like it's a thing that should be true.
It sounds like they should be in stock.
Yeah, so we'll do something with this. Like this guy will connect to something over here. Just thinking of having some sort of raised situation here with like a couple. Right, we do a couple of like docks things down here. We gotta do something with a raised. I was gonna like either ramp or ladder or whatever down to the main area where like the smuggler boats would come in to bring your right, whatever you need for your underground lab, Twinkies.
We could drop a Stairway to Violence top on there and go up to that.
Yep.
Could we
what do we
fit
put?
any of these? Could we fit any of the 2x2s from Starforged in the top of it?
No, they're too big.
We wouldn't be able to squeeze it in.
All right. It may never come out. Maybe a one-way journey.
That's fair.
Tyler's like, why are we short one floor? I don't want to talk about it. Why are we? Oh. All right. Well,
would the magnets be strong enough to use a 5mm neoprene mat with a metal plate beneath instead of using the terrain trays? It should work through 5mm of neoprene.
No,
you don't think so?
That's a lot of.
Is that too thick?
Yeah.
Millimeter just makes me think it's nothing, but I guess 5
centimeter. Which
we'd have to try it out, basically.
Half a centimeter is a fifth of an inch. It's very standard measurement. Yeah. You know, you might be able to shove a floor in. I'm a little apprehensive of ever getting it out if I go too far down, but you could have it. It's kind of raised. It's kind of neat.
I guess it is a little tall, yeah.
Well, I didn't shove it all the way to the bottom because I wanted to be able to get it back out.
Wildlands inspired question. What was the intent behind the metal plate inside the driftstones?
It was so you could attach accessories to them, like the jumpy stone fits really nicely on the small one, so it would kind of hold it in place. It's kind of neat. Woof. Oh boy, did I do a bad thing?
Oh, can you not get it?
Remember that I was like, I don't want to push it too far down because I may never get it back out.
Oh no! Well, pop the. What you got to do is
pop
the insert out.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay. I think we're on the edge of. I have a little play. Yeah, and I think I can get it from the inside. If we run into trouble, I don't want to sink it all the way down, but that's kind of neat. I don't know what we're gonna do with it exactly, but it's cool.
Let's see.
It looks like some piece of high-tech villainy.
Mini automated boat. Two
Oh, yeah,
by
it is.
4 inch pieces together. Catwalk side up, multi-modules on the back with a robot arm and small gun on the front section.
Wait, we repeat that again. Two.
Two by 4 inch pieces together.
Yeah.
Multi-modules on the back with a
Yeah.
robot arm and small gun on the front. So,
Using
mini
a
automated boat.
portable.
Oh, these greaser pieces for putting them in?
Well,
Yeah. Do you need the flathead? Wait, why are they asking about a flathead?
yeah, and to pry that thing out. No, we're okay so far. Everything is fine here.
I don't know if we want to encourage people to do this with their pieces, though. I don't know if we want to encourage
Don't
them to stick
forget
with
about it by
Force
the time they.
Forgot their resin, not dwarvenite. Yeah. Yeah, all our prototypes are not in the final thing.
Final form.
Our t-shirts coming back in stock on the web store ever. I wore mine so much the screen printing wore off.
Oh wow.
We'd like to.
Yeah, it's this keeps coming up.
Yeah, people keep
So I
asking us
guess-
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do they ask to get the nice thing? Yeah, let's keep asking us about it.
Send emails to customer support.
Yeah, actually,
Actually.
no joke.
Yeah.
Seriously, like right now, everybody's just sending an email to customer support.
If you want a t-shirt, send
just
an
send me
email
a
to
little
customer
quote.
support. Let's see.
Oh, here's a fun.
We're okay as long as we don't try and take the prototypes out. That's fair. Franchise will probably add too much weight to ship overseas, so I'm looking for an alternative. That's fair. You could also try making your own, I guess.
You just get some sheet metal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Other EU customers, how much does the yeah, how much does the terrain tray usually mess with your shipping? Don't just try and ask for a free t-shirt. Yeah, don't ask for like a free t-shirt, but just say like, "Oh, you guys ever gonna offer t-shirts?" If you're curious about that.
I would like to purchase a t-shirt or many
t-shirts.
Many t-shirts.
Yeah.
Multiple t-shirts.
Yeah.
All right, check this out. We're putting a jet engine on the back of this boat.
Oh, nice.
And now I'm gonna make it one larger so that we can fit a jet in. Let's see. Oh, it does not have not stuck in. Oh.
Are you gonna put the turbine on? No, you're doing the. Got it.
No, I was
Turret
trying
gun.
to leave playable space, but we could. Yeah, if you want to go like hyperspeed, you could throw the turbine on. Oh man, this broke. Well,
You broke something.
sort of. I'm just gonna cobble it together right now. We can keep this.
Alright, shipping it depends where you land in the DHL band, so it's hard to tell. It can make no difference or bump you up into the next band. Yeah, that's fair. What about the tray textures? Could you make a digital file available for them?
The art?
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems less likely. Yeah, that's a neat little craft. You could totally use that. We're gonna put that in this build. That's going in there.
It's a little
Just
barge.
Definitely, right? Little barge, villain barge. The henchmen use this to bring the supplies in.
It's very Tears of the Kingdom.
That was Zelda. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, Link likes airboats. All right, now let's mess it over here. That was a fun. The little boat's a fun
It was
idea.
a fun little journey.
Yeah, yeah. Who's requested that? It was a fun one.
Finley.
Oh, why do I even ask?
I like that barge a lot. Yeah, and that barge, relatively few pieces.
Yeah.
Hi all, not used to the Europe-friendly streams. Yeah, it's something we really only do during campaigns, I guess.
I feel like folks had asked at some point in some of these. Folks had asked, so we.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
We're trying to. It's difficult to.
It's a lot to juggle.
It's difficult to stream during the workday usually.
Also means we can't film stuff right now, and we
yes,
can't take pictures. But it does mean we get to do a fun stream. So we get that. I'm gonna put you. No, maybe I'll do walls. Okay.
Trying to figure out what that hex field is in the Stairway to Violence.
Well, yeah, what is it's a
Could be a teleporter pad.
It's the outhouse.
Oh, have you already decided if you'll offer the blue base mix as a new ready-made paint?
Yes, I think we're gonna have it in the pledge manager is the goal. It's in
Yeah.
the works.
I think we knew we wanted to do it, and I think it was just like, can we do it?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the answer is yes.
Yeah, we're trying.
Hard me to judge us. When I ordered the mega pack of escarpments, it was $77 in shipping. When I placed a similarly sized order with 2 terrain trays, it was $75 in shipping. So yeah, kind of much of a muchness. How does that? Huh. I like the in pledge manager unlocks. Yeah, we're gonna have a couple things.
Yeah. Let's see. This may be nonsense. We could try it.
Yeah, it makes sense to try and get the blue in there. Just because having to make I think the mix he was having to make was just a particularly annoying thing to ask people to do themselves all the time.
Well, it's high volume too, right? Like it's
You need it all over.
everywhere.
Like, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Could do this.
Wildlands Reforged arrived in Germany with DHL today. Did you change again from UPS? I think DHL is giving us better rates almost everywhere overseas.
I mean, Jay just basically ping pongs back and forth depending on what the good rates are for this quarter.
Yeah, and I think what we've been experiencing was DHL generally. DHL is terrible for inside the United States, but we've found that it's cheaper rates and seems to deliver faster when we go to Europe.
I mean, how do you beat that, right?
Yeah.
Faster and cheaper? Like that doesn't happen. Jump on it. Yeah.
But, you know, every year the company like changes, like the companies like change their rates and stuff. I think for a bit we had to stop using UPS for like a little bit, and then we're back on it now. It's
Make some sort of.
It's basically UPS for anything domestic, and then DHL for overseas has generally been what we do. Having the premixed paint would be great. I was just going to use one of the knockoff Space Wolves gray, so I didn't have to mix my own. Just worry about color consistency as a total newbie. Yeah, that's another thing. When you have to like mix it, if your mix is like off one day, then that's frustrating.
Gotta mix a big old bottle.
She's a small terrain tray rivers last week, and even those small ones are so heavy, surprise me every time I pick up a stack of them. That's sheet metal, baby.
It's a bunch of metal in there.
That's sheet metal. It's heavy stuff. Has anyone suggested a smoke or water attachment for the pipes, like smoke output or water
Oh,
pouring
that'd be
out?
cool.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
We'd have to make it biscuit, which is interesting.
It's a really neat idea, though.
Yeah. Problem is the pipes are not hollow, they're just two solid catwalks together. Yeah, it would have to be a biscuit attachment. Not super familiar with Twitch's layout. Is the streamer you built Nemesis archived here on Twitch, or did you guys decide not to upload it? It is archived here. I don't know if you can... I think you can access it.
It's on the update from...
It's in the update that we
yesterday.
posted. I also backed it up on... We have a YouTube channel that we also back up all the streams on. So we archive everything on Twitch, and you can go to past broadcast under video to find it here. Or you can look for Dwarven Forge Live on YouTube, and we back everything up there as well, if you prefer YouTube. The difference being, you know, you don't get like the chat.
Chit-chat. Just chat.
The chat doesn't carry over to YouTube, but... Let's see. Just in case you want the YouTube archive. That's the link for that there.
Got a link on hand.
Which thing to search for in the store for those perimeter walls?
Trifecta ledges, right?
Are
Cavern's
the
trifecta.
standing walls, are they only sold with the ledges as well, or are they? Let's see.
They're together in a pack. Should be the trifecta.
I'm gonna look for that.
Cavern's trifecta.
I think it's Trifecta Terrain Pack is what it looks like. Yeah, Trifecta Terrain Pack. It comes with some ledges and
basically each ledge
freestanding
corresponds to a wall.
yeah.
Right, so there's a curved wall, curved ledge. You can use them to build negative space like that. You can use them individually, or you can stick them together to make a like a regular Caverns piece.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really, if you were gonna have like one thing in your Caverns toolbox, the trifecta stuff is there because it just does so many. Like it's regular building pieces, it's negative space building pieces. It's like they're really, really helpful.
How come you guys don't design a Wildlands / Starforged cross piece and sell a bundle with regular Wildlands pieces you already have? I think this will let you sell pieces you already have and help fund more pieces for the Starforged line. I don't know how we would do that.
Not right now is how we would do it, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good idea. We were, oh man, a little smaller piece. We were kind of at our limit. All right, well, I'll fill you out later.
How do you guys make decisions around which things to include in a Kickstarter or a GameFound drive? For example, I've been begging for mats so we can have grids. How can the customer base relay to you the products they want to see in the next one? Could there be something similar to restock request or buy and sell where folks could upvote? So we are
Good question.
paying attention to what people are asking for in that. So it has been seeing it. Sometimes we are limited by the total amount of things we're just able to put in there. Sometimes the system just isn't working the way that we want it to work, so we have to shelve it. Or sometimes like making the piece work a certain way that's been requested would make it not function with the rest of the line as cleanly as it should, something along those lines. There's a lot of factors that go into it basically, but we do pay attention to and see everything people are asking for.
We were, mats were on the list of things we wanted to explore. Hamster was banging the drum for battle mats in this one, and it was the big driver was we didn't get the core stuff all figured out until like we wanted to make sure everything worked. We didn't want to just arbitrarily start developing mats without knowing what the rest of our system was, so then they would be these disparate things. So by the time we got the main system sort of figured out, it was too late to get something together for this campaign. But it's on, we've heard the request. Do we have a channel? We have the restock channel. We don't have a...
And we have a suggestions channel.
Yeah.
And we see requests put in the channel for like the campaign all the time, like but both before and during the campaign.
I don't know what we're gonna do with it. Someone was asking if you could stick the stick a pipeline in the party box. It fits by like it's tight, but it's in there.
Oh, because the inside isn't actually flat.
Yeah, it's all sorts of irregular, whatever. But it's nice now that it's pressure fit. I don't know what we're gonna do with this thing, but we got it. We put it in the stack here with the steroid violence. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. This boat was my favorite thing we've found out so far today. Like that was a really fun little idea.
Basically, Jansen, that curved wall, if I'm correct, like there is some of that in. Is this just one of the small pieces?
Which one? Which wall are you looking for?
The freestanding cavern walls here. Is this first caverns or is this?
That was original.
That's original caverns.
Caverns.
Okay.
That wall we have a very similar in the trifecta pack. This is very similar. This is full wall height. That one was just wall without floor. This is basically wall plus floor height. So you can get this in the trifecta pack if you want something similar.
Freestanding is only wall height. Our trifecta is magnetized. Yes, there are magnets in the bottom of both the... Or no, is it just in the bottom of the wall piece?
I don't think the ledges... no, the ledges do... I mean, they do. The floors do have magnets in them. That was silly. They don't grip super well because they're hidden, because these are double-sided, so the magnet is hidden under a bunch of dwarvenite, so it's not a super firm. So it's kind of like, it would have been just cheaper not to include them. We did the same thing with the dungeon ruin floor pieces. They have magnets in them, and they're to minimal effect. It helps it not drift quite as much. The walls it's clutch. It really keeps them if you're trying to build. Like these are very solid if they're on a terrain tray.
Can you make the sci-fi wall double high? Do you mean go up 2 layers in the little bat cave
Like
thing he's got going on?
like this? Where are they talking?
I'm not sure.
The bat cave area.
The
We're gonna
bat
make a
cave area? I don't know what
big
to call
bat
it.
cave area. You know, I knew exactly what you're talking about. It was like bat cave area is like the perfect descriptor. Because it's in that like bat cave area in the bay. Let's see if this is trying to build inline. Like we'll put some steps. Let's see if it's.
Can't wait to use Starforged with ice caves. Oh yeah.
You know, after I got all these pieces pulled, I was like, I turned around and I saw the ice. It was behind the cameras. I was like, oh man, we could have done like a Hoth style thing. I'm like, ugh. But I literally pulled like 6 bins of caverns, a perfect selection of like every piece. I was like, I discovered it 30 minutes too late, and I was like, well, that's a future thing to build.
How is the piece to mold ratio? I think almost every one of these pieces is in its own mold just because of how many slides they need to do the biscuits and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the accessories are able to have multiple in a mold, but I think like the core and catwalk pieces basically all have to be their own. Between like the biscuits and the 360 sculpting, like yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do here? What if we do? I'll have to go get another one. You know the gag sometimes where there's like the natural feature is in the incorporated into the fancy build. Like I'll have a section of cavern exposed, like build Starforge around and leave a thing of cavern so there's like stalagmites sticking up.
You know what'd be
out of like an area.
You know what'd be great for it? The runic column.
Yeah. Or they can be studying it.
Yeah, runic column could be like a really great centerpiece and could be like, this is why this base is here.
Yeah.
That or the mushroom. Mother of all mushrooms.
Moam.
Moam.
Also a
oh, that's what I got to try to get into the restock.
I wanted to make. Let me see. I'll get so many things to think about. I want to. I want to get the. I don't know. I wanted to go up another level on the back here, but maybe that's crazy. Well, start here, and I can always keep building. I'm gonna run out of time. It's the thing. We got 45 minutes. All right. This is like it's a personal build jam.
Moam is on my list for the year to get into restocks. So, yeah. Were you planning a giveaway? One. Oh God, yeah. Hang on. What's a word? I need a word.
What someone said.
I'm running on fumes. All right.
How about anybody give us a good word? Oh, I guess it's Moam.
Moam.
Okay, done.
All right. You want a chance to win $50 pledge manager credit for the campaign? Type Moam in chat, just MOAM. It's not case sensitive, but it's it's fun to capitalize it.
You mother of all mushrooms, you.
Please restock Moam and Shriniscus Rissa and Basalt Floor. I don't know if we can restock the entire shrine. I'll have to check, but we're getting close to done with the stuff for caverns. Oh, hi, Mace.
Hey, Mace. Is she reminding us that we forget something stupid?
No.
Okay.
She's getting all the stuff packed up for Adepticon, running around, putting all that together. I can't believe we're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anybody here going to be at Adepticon? Or is everybody here in Europe?
I know we've got a good amount. This might be the most that I've seen people saying they're going to be at the convention. Like more than Gen Con. Like I've been seeing a surprising amount of people saying they're going to be at Adepticon, which I guess makes sense if we're, selling to terrain people. Like
Yeah.
Adepticon makes sense.
Terrain heavy convention. This tracks. All of this tracks.
Come say hi, get some free credit. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll give you an executive producer credit on the campaign if you come to. What does Moam even mean?
Guess.
Oh yeah. Yes. I'm curious to see what you
Make
think.
it a party.
Not in Europe, but also won't be there. Work's way too busy right now. Yeah, that's fair. Pro Adepticon's in the middle of the campaign. Con Adepticon is in the middle of the campaign. Yes, it's a great opportunity. It also means we have to divert a lot of resources. Are the barricades stable enough, not taking into account table movement, to stand on the top of the walls of the alpha pieces to give them a double high area without having to turn over the pieces?
Yeah, if you don't ever breathe on your table.
Yeah, if that thing gets bumped, it's gonna be an issue.
Oh man, this is I got a runaway biscuit.
Curious scheduling Adepticon during first weekend of March Madness. A lot happens that weekend. I don't know why. GaryCon happens, PAX East happens, Adepticon happens. Yeah.
Jeez.
March Madness, all the big tabletop conventions. Moth of Amber Muffins. Maid of Antimatter. Murder our Angry Mother.
Murder our angry mother.
I do wonder how many people here actually don't know. The further we get from Caverns Deep, the more likely people don't know what Moam is.
What some nonsense words mean.
Yeah. More AM radio.
More AM.
Remember when we wanted to do March Madness but with streams? I still want to do it. We
Yeah.
just got to get to a place where we got bandwidth. That was a really big plan we had, and then the pandemic hit.
Remember when the pandemic hit? That was pretty cool.
Pandemic hit, and a lot of those shows we had planned, we just never ended up doing. Okay, so MOAM stands for Mother of All Mushrooms. It is, I'm just going to go grab one.
So when we were doing Caverns Deep, which was our first foray back into the caverns after Dungeon of Doom, where we'd figured out anchor magnets and a whole bunch of better ways to make more organic pieces, and we went kind of bonkers. Like there's a lot of really neat stuff in Caverns Deep, but the idea was it was 15 encounters, 14 of which are caverns based, and each one had sort of a theme and often a centerpiece. So there was the prison passage and the summoning chamber, but there was the mushroom. Encounter 5 was the mushroom grotto, and so that had the centerpiece. That was the Moam. It had all these vile mushrooms, and then it had the Moam there, and she's a beaut.
Yeah, that good thing.
And she's got 2 different LED modes.
Yeah, this one's batteries are dead.
Oh.
And I couldn't find another one.
Well, it's the idea was it could. So, the concept was that. So we have the UV the little elements. There's some elements in Caverns Deep that are UV reactive, and all the Underdoom stuff was UV reactive. So the idea was the Moam has a green LED mode and an ultraviolet LED mode, so it could trigger all the. It could trigger, like it would set off all the UV stuff around it. It would be this like cool glow, and somehow UV got lost in translation for the factory, and it's just like a kind of a lavender light, but it's not actually a UV light, so it doesn't actually trigger the UV paint.
Would it be possible to change that?
Yeah.
Because like if we push to restock it, we could just, because it's not going to change the mold, right?
No, it's just changing the electronics, like actually doing a UV LED in there.
Yeah, that's not going to change the mold. So, okay. Well, we'll definitely.
Yeah. Remind me of that.
I'll
'cause
try.
that
I'll
was
try to
the-
run that the flexible. Well, I'm probably gonna put it on the list today because like it's
especially because it works. We have the Underdoom stuff works. Like that actually glows under blacklight, so there is a payoff. So yeah, it would be a neat. Plus, probably people don't have a lot of them, so they might not mind getting a second one if it.
well, there
You
has
could actually-
never really been another chance to get it.
No.
Like it was never in good stock, and it's one of those. We've been like working through the big set pieces in Caverns Deep and kind of getting them all back, and we only have a couple left, and the Moam is one of them. And that's a thing. I would love to finish those last couple Caverns Deep chase pieces this year.
It also caps off the if you've got any of the vile mushrooms, it really caps off that collection really nicely. Like it's designed. It's the mother of all of those mushrooms.
It's the mother of them.
Yeah. That was it's a cool one.
Caverns Deep in general was like, here's a ton of cool stuff and no plan for how we're gonna restock it in the future.
Well, there wasn't, the web store wasn't an entity the way it is now. It wasn't a consideration. It wasn't a member of the team the way now the web store has it's a creature we have to keep feeding. I'm raising up this whole back area, so we're gonna do a little raised something.
Painted my Moam with blood pustules and put it in a river of blood. Disturb the players in the best way. That's
That's
horrible.
pustules.
That's horrible.
Brilliant. See, this is what we were dreaming of when we made it.
It's a really evocative word.
Yeah. Blood pustules is that should have been our giveaway word. I'll be honest.
Pustules?
Yeah. Blood pustules.
Speaking of giveaway, might as well roll that.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get everybody some blood pustules.
And
Get them while they're.
Ezed.
Hey, congrats.
Hey.
The Fonz is here.
Gonna whisper you real quick. This is the right Ezed, right? Hang on.
Hey, Ezed, are you going to use this as credit in Starforged, or are you going to use it on the web store? What's your plan? Curious. It's not a loaded question. I'm just genuinely curious what one would do, like a long time backer.
I think it's his first time winning. He's literally been here since the beginning, watching for 4 years, and he has never won one of the giveaways.
Well, it just shows.
It's just
I think
perseverance. Six of Clubs ended up winning at one point, didn't he?
Definitely.
I think he did.
6-1 once, I think.
Yeah, 6-1, and it was just a
ruined the joke.
Oh.
Yeah. The running joke was that 6 never won anything.
Yeah, it was a very. I hope he's doing all right. He's popping in every now and then, but not around as much as he used to. Only a few of us left now. Oh yeah, Finley's never won either. I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, some of the people who have been here, literally every stream for 4 years, have not won. Which just goes to show that we're not rigging anything.
Yeah, it's genuinely
truly random. Let's see. This is coming together pretty fast.
Yeah.
That probability. I think there have been some times where even though we're rolling completely randomly, we have had somebody win twice in a row before, I think, and it was that's wildly unlikely. A stream where only people who don't win can watch.
How do we control that?
I don't know. It'd be very difficult. I mean, I could go through and disqualify names that I recognize, I guess, but I don't know. That sounds like a lot.
Yeah. What do we do? We got to figure this.
Ban everyone else.
Ban. You just get people show up, you just kick them out. Yeah.
I've won the last stream before Gen Con 2 years in a row.
Wow.
Huh. Interesting.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this corner
Mace.
Mace trying to win? You know it's not rigged because Mace's dad's never won. I think. I could be making a false claim.
Mace has never won anything. If you win a Dwarven Forge gift card, you get banned from the channel too. We come to your house and take your collection. Roll the giveaway 20 minutes in or 20 minutes till the end to weed out the loggers. That's fair.
I didn't think this filled out very much. I should have put this back section back on stone again. Like just keep going back and forth between stone and Starforged.
I don't know what he's talking about. A UK-based collection is safe from you. Joke's on you. Mace is going to be in the UK in a few months, so...
Should have made this bigger. That's what it meant. 2x3. Oh, that's cool.
I'm very excited to get photos of this and show people. Gonna steal all your Dwarven Forge and return it better. She's just gonna paint over it.
Better.
She's gonna like paint over it. She's gonna do like a lot of like contrast highlights.
This looks really neat where this connects here. I don't know what we're gonna do over there just yet, but we'll get there.
Looking forward to see people in the UK. Yeah, it's not many. It's not many of us. Is it just you and Mace?
Yeah, and Rick Wagner will be there from Germany.
Yeah, it's not quite like a full convention for us. It's kind of a let's go see what's over here kind of thing.
You see how neat that, like, just sort of going from stone to
yes
thing. It's really fun.
My only win was for a Crystal Caverns prototype. Definitely worth the wait. Oh yeah,
Ooh.
That's nice.
That's a good win. If you're gonna win, you go big. That is like.
Did you promote the PAX build yet? That's exciting too.
What build?
The PAX build. Oh, if you're gonna be at PAX East, you should go to the Acquisitions
yeah.
Incorporated game, because on top of everything else, we're also doing that, and I've been designing their build, and it's gonna be a fun one. They've been really killing it lately. They're on a very good swing with the game.
And the live show is like people.
The live shows
get
are
live.
The live shows are killer.
Ooh, let's do this. Okay. Oh
Okay.
man, you can't see that, but it looks.
As Ed, I have your email logged, so we should be good.
Give some stalagmites and stuff here to like sell the inner. Oh, this is fun. This is fun.
Which UK con are you going to? Yeah, UK Games Expo in May. It's that technically first weekend in June. Okay. I was like, May feels too close. We'll still be doing Starforged when, like, the pledge manager. It'll just be pledge manager, so we won't have as much like work to do. But like, it'll be like
we can still be pushing. Part of our strategy was it would be live, so we can still get some stragglers. Yeah,
we can still be pushing late pledges there. Are they unexpectedly finding themselves in a sci-fi environment for no discernible reason? Acquisitions Incorporated, that is. No, we're actually not able to shoehorn them into. We're not able to shoehorn them into like our latest sets for free, like to advertise them. I didn't write the script for it, like with Critical Role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is fun, right? Putting the.
Yeah, Chris Perkins won't let me tell him.
Not this time.
What to do? Yeah.
Look at that. Huh? With the caves.
That's really nice.
Like, woof.
That's a cool thing to get on close up.
Yeah. Yeah.
31st of May through 2nd of June. Wild. Okay. But yeah, no. The Act game is going to be fully in fantasy, but we are doing like a cool. We are doing like a cool thing with it. Yeah.
Involving paint.
We may have had Hamster do some custom painting.
He hates that, you know. An excuse to get the airbrush out and go bonkers. No,
I think it was all by hand. He had to be a little too precise to airbrush it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just trying to like trying to get rocks up in the face of the thing.
It's looking pretty sick. I think it's gonna be a
Yeah.
fun. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
fun compatibility build to show people. Will there be late pledges for Starforged running during UK? Yes.
Yep.
I think we're planning Pledge Manager to go to like mid-June. So should be just enough time.
Yeah, so we can get some people to swoop in at the last minute if they find out about it. The heck is that sound?
It's a really angry cow.
Oh,
So many
man,
construction
such a
noises in this
weird-
building.
It's amazing. All right, we gotta go do something on there. What do we have? We got 30 minutes. Okay. And I want to maybe connect this down to this or something. I don't know. Where do you guys want? Where should we go next? Where do we want to get some more fun caverns and Starforged mix? This is my favorite. Like, just putting the rocks there. Where else can we get some interplay? I can put the this is what do they have? What do the people want?
What do the people want? Go to Vegas.
All right. Right now?
Can you connect the pipe to something?
Oh yeah, well you need a pipe. Yeah. See.
What do we want to
what
stick
if-
on it?
I don't know, but I think I could do something. I could just do some nonsense, right? Like where I could
Because
have this kind
we
of
could
just
do the-
connect off to this for like no apparent reason.
we
other
could
than it looks
do
cool.
we could essentially do like energy unit and then the antenna to be like this is a broadcasting signals or something. Or just put the big gun on it.
Yeah.
Put a tri-barrel on it.
So it's like a raised. I was gonna make this into a pipeline.
Cell verticality. A bridge across from the ray section that then goes to a pillar with ladders all the way down to the lower area.
Say it again. I'm in.
Cell verticality. A bridge across from the ray section that then goes to a pillar with ladders all the way down to the lower area. That
So
base
from
needs a
this
pipe.
thing to a bridge to yeah, and we use the stone, right? We use these things like to do a neat pipeliney. Yeah, totally on board. Let me get this. Let me just make the pipeline to nowhere for a sec, and then yeah, it's a good idea.
Much better.
Much better.
That base needs a pipe attached to vent airbrush fumes. Yes.
Okay.
I have Boingo Boingo stuck in my head.
Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
You know,
What's-
it's worse fates for being. You've had some. What was the thing that was? I don't even remind you. Never mind. So okay, we're gonna build the. Let me just get this thing integrated. We'll do a little raised. Somebody said cell verticality. I am so on board for that. Kick you out right here. 2x1s.
Just put some of the beds in the raised area so it looks like a living area. Oh yeah. Bunks with
The evil
dressing.
lounge.
Should definitely have some dressing.
Well, you got to keep your. Right, didn't we talk about keeping your henchmen happy?
Yes.
You gotta have a nice, like a PlayStation in there. You gotta have like a. You know,
Yeah. Well, we haven't revealed the PlayStation sculpt yet.
PlayStation 42 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's far in the future. Like, I gotta dress that up, but we'll figure out. That's kind of neat. Here.
I mean,
Okay, we need
this kind of looks like a PlayStation 5.
right. It's dead on.
Yeah. Just standing.
uncanny.
Just stand it up.
Ooh, maybe.
Trying to think of what pieces Dwarven Forge has to use as a liquid coming out of a pipe. Maybe the slime door insert. There's the old waterfalls, but they won't quite match the profile. Yeah, like Finley said.
The hag secretions. Slime door would do a thing.
Yeah. This is my private life.
All right, now for the computer here. Oh yeah. This is neat. Okay. So we got this little this computer is now monitoring the things, the deposits in there. Okay, we're gonna do some sort of thing here. We got a little platform for our boat. Let's come. Oh wow, it's neat from the. I haven't looked at it from the front. Right?
Yeah. It's a good looking build.
Yeah.
I do for a smaller cavern waterfall resculpt.
Smaller than the little 2x1.
They're talking about the cavern. Oh. I'm trying to think like if there's a way to get enough value out of it to have like some sort of like small accessory that you could biscuit or peg in that's just like flowing water.
On the end of the pipe?
On the end of the pipe,
flowing liquid?
potentially. If it was no, that wouldn't work.
It would be neat to have various things that could come out. For sure. It's interesting. We talked about a bunch of things. It was once again trying to keep the numbers down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's work on this pipeline thing. If we have, this is hard to imagine, Chris, but a table I somehow managed to clutter it up with a bunch of junk. It's weird, right?
It's fine.
I don't know how it's the first time it's ever happened, but I mean, no one could have seen it coming. Let's get a little ramp there now. Now I'm gonna do a little something over here. Oh, we need a thing down here, and then we'll get up there. What do we put? Do we go 90 degrees and come around? How do we do this?
Does the slime fit the blast door mold? Nothing like a station or ship covered in alien goo.
We messed around. What did we end up with? We did mess with that on stream at one point, somewhere, somehow. I don't remember what we netted out.
It worked. It was like a millimeter off, one way or the other. So you could fit one in some of them, but it didn't go the other way. But it seemed like a thing that we'd be able to adjust. Like, we couldn't do it with like the current prototypes we have, but we could for production, like adjust it to be able to work with all of them because it was like very close.
Oh.
And like we could force them in.
It was like frustratingly.
It was extremely close.
Yeah.
It was like it was like looking at it, we were like, we should be able to make this work.
I forced it into one thing. I remember that. I don't remember which thing it was.
Yeah.
But there was definitely there was some forcible maneuvers at one point. Let's try this. Put a little ladder. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
A ladder and a platform. Oh. Yeah, this is kind of neat.
It's a cool looking compatibility build. Compatibility.
Compatibility.
Yeah. I think someone, one of your sculptors, I forget who, said it was adjusted in the files to make it work. So I know it's a question that's been getting asked for months, and it was a thing where it was like, well, the prototypes that we've already made, we're kind of locked into what they look like for these prototypes. Set on Discord. I know it's a thing we wanted to do, and it seems like something we could do.
Yeah.
You think it was Eli? Okay. It should be, and if there are any issues with it, like we'll say something, but I can't imagine what the problem would be. We should have enough give.
The number of things that we've done there, we're like, we can't imagine what the problem would be that leads us to a series of problems.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, what could it possibly be? Let me take you. Let's see, where are we going with this bridge? Maybe we do something like this. We're gonna build a thing over there, do a thing over here.
But also
Ooh, maybe
demonstrates you
this
don't
is-
need a lot.
You know what we do over here?
What's up?
Let's make like the yeah, put the cannon, right? Like you have a defensive, right? Maybe maybe the good guys are gonna come to your secret underground lair. You better have your well-paid and happy henchmen have a place to shoot them from.
Lawnmower, you're never gonna believe this. Griffin Tamer is Eli. So you were right. It was Eli. Yeah. Griffin Tamer is Eli's name that he used.
Griffin Tamer Studios.
Yeah. So yeah, that is Eli. And if Eli says he's done it, then
Then
It's
chances are
probably
you've
good.
done it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So what if we do? Maybe this is. Let me we put the This is the Stairway to Violence is like the perfect place to put the turret, right? We gotta, because that thing is awesome.
Dun, dun, dun,
And
dun.
then, it doesn't 100% solve the bridge situation because there's nice stairs. But we could do a slightly raised thing,
Oh yeah.
right? Like do this to a steppy stone, this kind of situation. Or do we do wood planking? Do we go back old school and go wood?
We could
or does
do the compatibility between the old docks and
Yeah.
catwalk. Have the docks pin into the biscuit hole.
It's 347. Or just stick with the pieces we have because we're running out of time. There's the other. I'm gonna get a mountain jumping stuff that could solve this. These are. I'll tell you what. Fun building caverns in sci-fi. Fun.
Yeah, turns out he's out of here.
Of course, that equation, like building sci-fi plus blank, is always going to equal fun.
That's the thing with sci-fi is it can mix with anything that
Mix with everything.
anything that isn't like locked into a time zone. You can just drop sci-fi into.
Time zone. Like those daylight savings pieces we made.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of okay. Okay, wait. New plan. What if? Let's see. It's just not like I want to get something higher. So what if we do this? What if this guy? What if we put this guy? We can put this guy back over here. Like this definitely wants to be the place where we put the gun. Because that looks neat, especially on the blue. It's like just feels like a cool spot. Automated defenses. So then, still want to do something. Maybe we do this. Maybe the bridge is over this entrance area. We do a thing up here. Oh, do we get? I mean, everybody's gonna say, yeah. Do we go like get crazy? Do we go like extra high? Like, what if we use this? Put a pylon. That. Oh yeah. Put metal on a thing. Okay, now we're really high because we want enough clearance for this cool boat to get underneath.
And then you just attach the gun on top of it.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even gonna put a gun up there, but yeah, we can. I was gonna make this this was like a bridge. I don't know what we put over there, but we could put
Fair.
a gun. Maybe it's a little like a barricade and blaster thing, so it's like a little lookout.
All right, your loft died. Quick switch.
Oh. You know that part where I said red was good? I think yellow is good, not red. Are you right?
Yep.
That part. Thank you, Mom.
You know when you hit the
I am
turn it on?
Green. No, I'm red and green. Nope, green.
Okay. Yeah, you should be good.
Break. All right. Where did we left off? Building was fun.
Building is fun. You like
Yeah.
these pieces.
Yeah. Anybody ever play with Starforged? It's on GameFound now. What are we gonna do? We're gonna put.
Let's see. Can't wait for this. This set inspired me to finally write a Starfinder campaign.
Oh yeah. Congrats.
Starfinder is a lot of fun.
Who said that?
Jansen.
Nice.
Jansen 120.
Well, I hope.
It's an awesome adventure. I tell you, we played that one shot. Eli wrote a thing to play test this with, and it was the same thing. It was really fun. I was like, man, I would just love to gallivant around space with my technomancer and just get into trouble on all sorts of planets. Like it's neat.
Starfinder turns out extremely good.
Yeah. Ah, okay. No. Oh.
I want to play it again. There's never any time to play games anymore.
Right? It's the problem with being a grown up.
Yeah.
The key I'm discovering is you make game playing part of your family experience, and then it's easier to work it in all the time. Just play everything with your kids, and it's like much easier to get the time.
I'm not going to have a whole family just to play games.
I don't know. It's a good long game strategy. Get on that.
There's got to be somebody out there who's done that.
Me. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do something up here. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it's all gonna work, but or why, but it's happening. It's happening before our very eyes.
Okay, I think we're all good.
All right. So we can do some sort of situation like this. This guy's gonna go at 45 degrees, which will be spicy. I'll deal with that in a sec. All right. All right. Whoa. Whoa.
It's kind of hard to see those details on camera just because right behind it is a huge pile of caverns.
Yeah.
It's making it really hard to.
It's just spilling everywhere. That there's like not a. There's like trying to fill every inch.
Yeah, there's not a
more
great
space.
background for looking at it.
The problem is on building with a 2x4 table, I need like a 4x4 table to hold all the junk because there's like so much stuff spilling around.
Check this out. We're gonna. Oh, where's the other one?
Let's see if this is gonna work. So I have a. See what's going on in that foreground here? We have that. That thing is basically at a 45. We're gonna try. Eh? Oh man, where'd you go?
Oh god, I'm sorry, guys. Running a campaign is exhausting.
Intersection.
Let's see. Takes a long time before they want to play the games that hold your attention, though. It really depends on what holds your attention, I guess. Nate does this like very stripped down RPG with his kids.
But now they just play 5th edition.
They're just playing 5e
Full
now?
on. Yeah. Yeah. Hawken is running a 17th level monk.
Ooh, the pie slices.
The old school. We're going way back, right? We're
Going to Sherry's. Does anybody out there have a Sherry's by them?
What's a Sherry's?
I don't think it's an East Coast thing at all.
No.
It's a
Can you
okay
share
diner that's
with
known
us?
for having a lot of pies.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, the
Who doesn't
big
like
big
pies?
big pie diner.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Is there one in Adepticon?
I don't know. I don't know if they're only a West Coast thing.
Schaumburg?
I know they're in Washington and Idaho. I don't know if they're any further east than that.
This is gonna work. So this gets us. Let's see. Does this solve anything? No, because we still have a 45 over there. I could. Ruh-roh. I thought I was really clever for a second, and it turns out I wasn't. All right, if I forget that for a sec, well, okay. Maybe I am still clever. We'll find out in a moment. trying to go from 45 back to straight with. My theory was I was going to put banks out here and make this thing. Okay, we're getting clever again. We're going to forget the 45s. We're going back onto. Nice, we're putting diagonals here.
My youngest was 4. He was able to join in some Pathfinder 2e. We rolled him up a Goblin Barbarian, and he'd run up and smash stuff.
That's
Barbarian is
awesome.
probably one of the easier things for a child to understand.
Well, here's the thing: like kids know story, right? So if you don't try and like drown them in the mechanics and are just be in the narrative, and say the thing you want to try and do in the story, they quickly get it, and then you just sort of as you go, you start teaching them the mechanics as they go, and then next thing you know, they're playing it full up.
Mm-hmm. You take care of the rolling and stuff for them and the math, and you just ask them what they want to do.
Well, they want to roll the dice. That's like the best.
They want to roll the dice.
Yeah,
like,
but you give them
you take care of telling them like
Yeah.
what they're gonna have to do and all that.
And then you start showing them where the stuff is on their sheet, so they know. So then they can start looking this up themselves, and they think, before you know it, boom.
Then they're running Mork Borg.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got weekly burning wheel sessions.
Then they're playing some. You could do they join the old school Renaissance just to spite you.
They're playing riffs and they won't let you they lock you out of the room and they're like, you wouldn't get it.
Dad, this is.
You wouldn't understand. Played a couple of stripped down 5e games with my kids when they were younger, but my son has basically sworn off all TTRPGs. I still hold out hope I can convince my daughters to play.
Yes, there's always hope. All right, that's kind of neat. That worked after all.
What's the point of having kids if they won't play games with you?
Right? All right, we got to put something here. Oh, we could do that. You were talking about a antenna thing before. We could put that in as their right? This is how they get. You know what this is, Chris?
Hmm.
This is the most important part of the. You can't see anything here. This is how they get cable TV down into their layer, right? So every now and then, when things are working, somebody has to go and adjust the antenna, and then they're like, so that their TV will work in the layer, because it's a crucial part of all of it. All right. What thing?
Variation on a platform at the end of the bridge. Put a curved catwalk piece on the tower of the 2 biscuits with an antenna/console on the end. Small steps on the top biscuit.
Wait, explaining it?
Variation on a platform on the end of the bridge. Put a curved catwalk piece on the lower of the 2 biscuits with an antenna/console on the end and small steps on the top biscuit. So you'd go down to.
Where's it going? Is it coming off this side?
I think so.
Okay. So what you're saying is make the cable TV antenna even more dangerous.
Yes.
Although I guess by definition you can't get cable TV by an antenna, can you? Huh? It was literally by a cable. Okay. Okay. It's satellite TV. How about that? And then it makes it futury. Boy, it's really hard to see that. Let's see. Yeah, that's a pretty neat little. Neat little gag. Let's see if
That's fun.
Yeah. It's over here. So you can see it from over here. Yeah, it's a fun, precarious thing there for no apparent reason. This is fun. Okay. We got a little boat rig. Let's slide this boat on in. Let me put you actually further in the tunnel. Oh, we have we got like 3 minutes. We should wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's neat. It's a fun little. Go wrong way. Stuff back. Oh, I didn't do something with that klaxon. I was gonna put the klaxon in the like the LED, the big LED wall.
Well, there's still time to mess with it.
Yay. That's really satisfying. The stone getting built up into the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? Oh. Oh, I have the Moams there just for no apparent reason, but it's cool. All right,
This
let's.
looks great. Maybe some dressing on the building on the left to finish it.
Yeah,
Definitely
some
dressing can go in there.
He's a
You'll,
little dressing in the room.
you'll have time to mess with it after stream
Yeah.
too. I'll pop off some photos and
Yeah, get it.
show this to everyone.
Thing. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Do we answer any questions? I don't know, but
I think we answered a lot of questions over the
Yeah.
over the course of it.
That's true.
There were some points where the questions were coming too fast for me to catch them all right away.
Sure, we missed a few. So we have.
Mace has a question.
What's your question, Mace? Is are we the punchline already? Are we like?
Just gonna ask if our fridge is running. What
Oh.
streams are going on this week?
Oh,
Oh,
about to say. So tomorrow.
tomorrow's supposed to be the build jam.
2:00. Toby versus Miles. Steel cage deathmatch.
Yes, there will be blood. Sicario.
They're gonna.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
True Grit. What are some other?
Face off.
That's not a Western.
But the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Remember what time zone you're in? We're in U.S.
Silverado.
Eastern time. I think we're on. Are we on daylight or did we just get off daylight? I can't remember which one's the daylight and which is the standard. We changed our clocks a couple weeks ago. 3:10 to Yuma. That's a good one.
Weird.
Can you have some ice cream? No.
So tomorrow, Toby and Miles are going to do a build jam. It's a competitive head-to-head multi-round building challenge where you guys, the viewers, are going to be voting on the results and throwing some curveballs at them as they try and compete in some builds. Wednesday night, we have a special episode of On the Anvil with where Tyler and Syl are running the show.
We're gonna see which of them wants to do it. Maybe both.
There will be some people here for On the
Yes.
Anvil. We will be at Adepticon. We don't know what's going to be, but it'll be like the Christmas special, the Star Wars Christmas special of a very special episode. Then Thursday we've got Sculptor
Roundtable. Assuming my
Digital
understanding
table.
was there's going to be Tyler with Toby and Eli on talking about that stuff.
Talking about the process. Ask your questions. Where did the inspiration?
Yeah.
What was it? How did we get here? What were the iterations? Whatever. It'll be a fun, it'll
talking
be a
about the
fun one.
process. Where are you guys going? We're going to Adepticon. We're going to not quite Chicago. What unlocks we had to look forward to? Currently, we're about 100K away from the LED walls. So those are pretty sick. You could see some of that in the build right there that we used. People are still listing Westerns.
Oh yeah.
The LED walls are
New
really
Riders of the Purple Sage, or there's some good ones. Then we're back next week.
I think
I
we're
don't know.
gonna.
That's a long ways away. Let's start with this week.
Yeah.
We have things coming up. We've got this coming Friday. We'll reveal the 3rd supply cache. So far we have the Alpha cache, the Portal cache. Got 2 more to come. What could they be? And we're, I don't know, about 100K away from unlocking that LED wall, and see what's next. And maybe there's a new pack in the works right now based on some requests. You guys were looking for some better way to get some pieces that could be cooking.
Yes. Stream same time tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's stream's gonna be the same time. You can see the stream schedule on the GameFound page, and in each update, we're putting updates of the schedule.
Updates in the updates.
We're putting updates in the update.
Updateception?
I hate that they made people think that's what Inception means.
By putting a thing inside a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what
They
Inception means.
incepted the idea of Inception to other. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's everything going on. Last question: can I help getting the hard case down from the top of the production shelves? Yes, I can do that right now. You talking about the big silver one up there? I can grab that. Yeah.
No, the black one. The silver one doesn't have
The
good
one
wheels.
right behind the webcam?
No, that one. Go behind over here.
Behind over there?
Over yonder.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I
It's
can do
above the
that.
thing that says things we have a strange attachment to.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can grab that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, thank you. Thanks for the EU-friendly stream. Hey, thanks for living there.
Thanks for tuning in. Not everybody was in Europe, right? We had a couple
Yeah,
people from all
not
around.
everybody was in Europe, but it's general thing. You know, EU generally has a hard time staying up for how late we usually stream.
Yeah,
So
no, it's
trying to just get
late.
these in here so that we're hitting everybody over the course of
Yeah.
it.
So
Yeah.
you won't see us on stream for a bit because we will be at Adepticon.
Yeah, we'll be in
but the
Adepticon
streams
for a
will be cooking. Could
Yeah.
be lively.
Should still be content, and I'll still be like on Discord. If you're not on the Discord, that's a good way to keep up on things. And yeah,
Come to
basically it.
Adepticon.
All right, goodbye, everybody.